Imagine this. It's a Sunday night. You've been working in this huge presentation. You have to give a speech. You're pretty nervous about it, but you know your subject. You're prepared. You have studied and rehearsed. You say you know your stuff. You're ready. So let's get to bed. You go into your bedroom. You jump into bed. You close your eyes. Get all comfy up in there. And then it begins. Your mind just drifts to that speech and starts rehearsing it over and over again in your mind until you just lose track of how many times you've actually given the speech. And then you decide to look at your clock. You see that, well, it is time to wake up again. We've all had sleepless nights, whether by choice or by force if you had insomnia or other sleep issues. It can be really harmful to you and to the ones around you if you keep up that type of behavior. But having sleep issues is not something you should be ashamed of. There are things that you can do about it. Like, first, you need to learn what sleeping well is. Then, you need to know what not sleeping well is doing to your body. Lastly, I'm gonna try and teach you some tips that might just be the answer to those sleep issues you seem to have. First of all, according to a study for IEEE Access led by a scientist named Antonino Crivello, sleeping well is determined by two things: the amount and quality of sleep you had each night, and the overall time of sleep that you had at night. There are four stages of sleep. First to third are important, but REM is the most important one. This is the one that we get the most rest of, and the one that's actually the shortest one. But if you, a normal adult, have around 7 to 9 hours of sleep every night, you should be fine. You should be getting enough sleep. Then again, if you're not, you'd be interested in this next point, because now I'll tell you about what happens if, well, you don't get enough sleep. According to the US Health Department, the not sleeping well has many complications in your daily lives. First of all, not sleeping well affects your body physically. It makes you tired and just your reaction times get affected, and you're not functioning well. You cannot do things that, well, you normally should be able to. Things like crossing a sidewalk or just driving become more and more dangerous with the less sleep you have. Another thing that gets affected is your mind. And I don't mean just your mood, because, well, your mood will get affected, but you're actually learning less and recalling less things if you're not sleeping well. And if you're a student like me, not recalling things and not learning well, it's pretty bad. Now that we know some of the things that not sleeping well does to our body, I'm gonna try and teach you some tips that might just help you. First of all, you need to start going to sleep and waking up at the same time every day. This will help your body and your natural clock get adjusted, and you will start getting tired around the same time each night. This will help you because, well, if you're tired, it's easier to sleep. Secondly, make your bedroom as comfortable as possible, because if it isn't, you get distracted and, well, you don't sleep. You need to keep your lights down, the sounds as quiet as possible, and, well, keep everything stressful outside of your room. Lastly, this might seem obvious, but you need to start getting relaxed. If you're angry or stressed, don't get to bed. Go fix the thing that's stressing you and then go to bed. According to the Canterbury Health Association, following these simple tips might just be the answer to your sleeping issues. In conclusion, we have talked today about the importance of sleeping well. We've learned what sleeping well means. We know some of the things that happen to our body if we don't sleep well, and we've learned some tips that might just be helpful enough to sleep. Now that we know all of that, go get some rest. Or well, maybe after you finish the next project, right?